Okay. Hello everyone, very good evening. I welcome you all at India's most comprehensive preparation platform for all competitive exams, that is BYJU'S Exam Prep. So guys, today in this top 24 questions of COA series, we are going to discuss 6 most important questions of topic memory organization. So let's try to understand this topic. Memory organization is very important, but at the same time it is very easy. It have very basic concept associated with this. So you just need to go through all the concept once and you will be able to solve almost all the questions of the GATE exam, right? So let's discuss the top 6 questions of memory organization. This brief introduction of myself. My name is Vishal Ravatia. I have 10 plus years of teaching experience. Following are the achievements and areas of expertise. This is my Telegram group. If you guys have any doubt related to your preparation, whether you are CS branch student or DA, you are appearing for DA paper, you guys can write your problem at this particular group and I'll be happy to answer. Okay. Apart from that, BYJU'S Exam Prep is going to conduct a national scholarship test for all GATE aspirants on 29th of October between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Do participate in this scholarship test and you may avail up to 90% off on the programs which are being offered by BYJU'S Exam Prep. At the same time, on 1st of November, Abhinav Negi sir is going to conduct a workshop for GATE 2025 aspirants, that how you can become a topper, the complete guidelines, the complete blueprint, that how you can ace the GATE 2025 exam. For that purpose, Abhinav Negi sir is going to conduct a workshop on 1st of November at 7:30 p.m. Apart from that, BYJU'S Exam Prep team has announced the mega mock test. The next mega mock test for computer science students will be on 28th of October at 12 p.m. It will start from 12 p.m. The subjects for this particular mock test will be programming and data structure, algorithm and operating system. Guys, there is high time that you guys start appearing for the mock test, because it will be very helpful in learning the time management skills while you are sitting in the examination hall. If you are not doing it for the purpose of practice, then also it's okay, but please try to ensure that you are improving on your time management skill every time you appear in our mock test, right? Now, whether it is the scholarship test or the workshop or mock test, you need to appear for all of them using the BYJU'S Exam Prep app. So the app for the application is available. The link for the application is available in the description. You can download the link. You can download the application from the description. You simply need to register yourself by using your mobile number. Okay, guys. Apart from that, the crash course is going on for GATE 2024 aspirants. If you want to brush up all your knowledge before you appear for the GATE 2024 exam, then this is the time for you all, for you guys. You guys can enroll for this crash course which is being offered by BYJU'S Exam Prep, and you can brush up all the basic knowledge of all these subjects. Apart from that, the courses are also live for GATE 2025 and GATE 2026. You can enroll for them also, whether you want to enroll for crash course or you want to enroll for full-time courses for GATE 25 and GATE 26. You just need to contact on this particular number. Okay. This is the very first question. This is actually a very simple question, but the problem that I discuss this question every time whenever I am discussing the questions of memory organization is that in this particular question there is something different. Generally, we assume that the main memory size will be larger than the cache size, but in this particular case, the main memory size is even smaller than one block of the cache. Right, so let's try to understand this. A CPU has a cache with block size of 64 bytes. So the cache size is the block size in the cache is of 64 bytes. Each block is of 64 bytes. We don't know how many blocks are there, but individual block is of 64 bytes. The main memory has k banks. Okay, k banks means cells only. So the main memory has k cells, each bank being c byte wide. So each cell is of c bytes. Consecutive c byte chunks are mapped on consecuting banks with wraparound. So what does it mean? If you need 4 consecutive bytes from main memory, then those will be available on the 4 consecutive cells of the main memory in the wraparound manner. What does it mean when you say this wraparound manner? So please try to understand this. that if this is your main memory, and let's assume that this is the second last cell of the main memory. This is the second last cell. Right? From this particular address, if you require 4 cells of data, then how will you access? Sir, there are only 2 cells starting from this particular location. So, how do you access the data? Why? Is there any issue in connectivity? Anyway, so please let me know if there is any problem. Yeah, it's fine, working fine. Now, so if you start from the second last cell of the memory, and from here somebody tells you to fetch 4 cells of data, how will you do it? There are only 2 cells starting from this particular cell. So wraparound means that this data of one cell will be accessed from here, data of one cell will be accessed from here, and the next C byte data will be available at the first or the 0th cell of the main memory. So this is wraparound means. No, Abhay, 172 is the wrong answer. Okay, so let's try to understand that what do I mean by wraparound. That okay, if you start from this particular, so the answer is not important in this particular question. I just wanted to give you the glimpse of a different skill which is being defined in this particular memory in order to access a particular amount of data from this memory, right? So let's try to understand that this memory size is basically, there are k banks, each bank is of C byte. So if somebody asks me that, sir, what will be the main memory size? So main memory size will be, there are k cells, each of C byte. So k into C byte will be the size of main memory, right? And that's the thing here. Okay, as of now it is okay. Now all k banks can be accessed in parallel. So the idea is, if at all you need to access the data from this memory more than one bank size, then you can access all the k banks in parallel. That means in the time one bank can be accessed, in the same time all the data from all the banks of this memory can be accessed. That is also given. Now, but to access to the same bank must be serialized. But what is being specified, that if for some reason, if you have to access the data from this cell number x twice, then you cannot access the data from this cell x twice in a single access. You will have to serialize this 2 accesses to the same address x. You have to serialize this 2 accesses to the same address x. Okay, now our cache block access may involve, let's look at this particular statement, it is important. The cache block size is 64 byte. So whenever the cache is asking for a block of data from main memory, it will eventually try to fetch 64 byte of data if the cache block size is 64 byte. So our cache block access may involve multiple iterations of parallel bank accesses, depending on the amount of data that can be obtained by accessing all the k banks in parallel. So that means even after accessing the data from all the k banks, if you are not able to satisfy the need of one block of the cache, then you will have to perform the multiple iteration. Clear? So that's the idea. Each iteration requires what, sir? In each iteration, you will decode that what are the different banks from which you need to access the data parallelly, from what are the all bank numbers from which you need to access the data parallelly, and this decoding will require k by 2 nanosecond. This decoding will require k by 2 nanosecond, where k is what? K is the number of banks. Okay, the latency of one bank access is given as 80 nanosecond. That the time to access the data from one bank is 80 nanosecond. Now, please remember, it is given that all the banks can be accessed in parallel. That means if you need to access the data from all k banks of main memory, then it can also be accessed in the same time, that is in 80 nanosecond, because the data from all the banks can be accessed parallelly, right? But if the value of C is 2 and the value of K is 24, so please try to understand, if the value of K is 24 and the value of C is 2 bytes, then the size of main memory will be only 48 bytes. The size of main memory will be only 48 bytes, whereas cache block size is given as 64 bytes. Cache block size is given as 64 bytes. So that's the idea, that even if you access the data from all this 24 cells of memory, then also you will not be able to satisfy the need of one block data with respect to cache memory. So what will we do? So sir, it is given that multiple iteration of the parallel bank. So the cache block access may involve multiple iterations, means you will access some of the data from the memory, and then you will again go and access the remaining data from the memory. You will keep doing it until you get one block of cache, until you get the data equivalent to block size of the cache, right? So that's the logic here, that okay sir, initially it is given that the latency of retrieving a cache block. So if you want to retrieve one cache block information starting from the address 0 of main memory, what will you do? Sir, if we start from the address 0, then even if we access the data from all these cells, we will get only 48 byte of information. So in first iteration, what will you do? Access all banks in parallel. This will provide you 48 byte of data, right? So starting from this cell, if you access the data of all these cells, then you will get 48 byte of data, but you require 64 byte data. So plus in second iteration, sir, we have already accessed 48 byte of data. We only need 16 more bytes of data from this particular cell. Now, each cell from this memory, each cell is of 2 bytes. So, in order to access 16 byte of data, you are actually trying to access the data from 8 banks. Yes. So, in second iteration, access the data from first 8 banks, and you will get your 16 byte of data. So please try to understand how much time will be required in this fast access. Sir, in the fast access, to check that you need to access the data from all the banks, you will require 24 by 2 k by 2 nanosecond. Here also, to check that you need the data from the first 8 banks of the memory, again you will require 24 by 2 nanosecond. But to fetch the data from all 24 banks parallelly, the time required will be 80 nanosecond. Here also, to fetch the data from those 8 banks parallelly, you will require 80 nanosecond. So please try to understand, in fast iteration, you will require 12 plus 80 nanoseconds. So 12 plus 80 in fast iteration. It's very simple. Plus, again, sir, to decode that we need to access the data from the first 8 banks, again 24 by 2 nanosecond will be required, and to fetch the data from those 8 banks parallelly, again 80 nanoseconds will be required. So please try to understand, if you are trying to access the same bank second time, then you need to access them sequentially or serially, right? So again, in second iteration. Now, my question is, why your answer is 172? Why your answer is 172? This will be 92 nanosecond, this will be 92 nanosecond, final answer will be 184 nanosecond. Clear? Why there is... Okay, next question. Hello. Hello. Hello guys, please let me know. Hello. Okay. Sorry guys, there was some issue with the connectivity, so I believe that you guys were not able to watch the video properly. But anyway, I hope this question is understood by everybody that what will happen? That in the first iteration, we'll access the data from all 24 banks, but from all 24 banks, we'll be able to fetch only 48 bytes of data. The requirement is of 64 bytes. Therefore, we will have to serialize the access to the sum of the banks of main memory. How many banks? We need 16 bytes of information after this 48 bytes of information. Therefore, we will fetch the data from the first 8 cells of the memory. Why first 8 cells? Because we started from the address 0. We have fetched the data from all 24 cells or 24 banks in the first iteration. In the second iteration, we need the data from 8 more banks. So it's wrap around. Therefore, again, the next C byte of data will be available at the address 0. Therefore, we will start from 0 and we will fetch the data of the first 8 banks. So, to fetch the data or to decode that, we need the data from the first 8 banks. Again, 24 by 2 nanosecond will be required, and then to fetch the data from all those 8 banks in parallel will require 80 nanoseconds. So, overall 92 nanosecond in the first iteration and 92 nanosecond in the second iteration. Therefore, overall time required will be 184 nanosecond. Let's look at the second question. Consider a machine with a byte addressable main memory of 2 raised power 16 bytes. So, the size of main memory is 2 raised power 16 bytes. Therefore, if the memory is byte addressable as it is given, the number of bits in the address field will be 16, right? Assume that a direct map data cache consisting of 32 lines of 64 bytes each. So the cache memory is of 64, cache memory consists of 32 lines. Each cache line is of 64 bytes. Now a 50 cross 50 two-dimensional array of bytes. So it is a two-dimensional array of bytes. Each element of the array is of 1 byte, is stored in the main memory starting from location 1100H. Now my question is, to store 50 into 52 dimensional array of bytes, how many bytes will be required? Sir, please try to understand. 50 into 50, 50 cross 50 array. So basically it means nothing but 2500 elements. And this is array of bytes. So 2500 elements, each of 1 byte. So therefore 2500 byte is the size of the array. 2500 byte is the size of the array. If I think that how many bytes of main memory will be required to store this 2500 bytes of the array. Now the cache block size in the cache is 64 bytes. Therefore, the block size in the main memory will also be of 64 bytes. Therefore, number of blocks required, number of blocks of main memory required to store the array will be how many? Sir, total size of the array is 2500 bytes and the size of each block in the main memory is of 64 bytes. So it will be 39 point something. So basically overall how many blocks of main memory will be required, sir? So complete 40 blocks of main memory will be required. 40 blocks of main memory will be required to store this array of size 50 cross 50. Clear? Now, what happened? Nothing. Okay. So, total 40 blocks of main memory are required. Now, please try to understand. This 40 blocks will start in memory from what location? Sir, main memory address is what? Main memory address is given as 1100H. Please try to understand. 1100 hexadecimal can be written as 0001, 0001, 0000, 0, 0, 0, 0. Please try to understand because the block size is 64 byte, therefore this least significant 6 bits will define the word offset within the block of main memory, and this 10 bits will define the tag of the block of main memory. So what is this? 0, 0, 64. So this is main memory block number 68. This is main memory block number 68. So we'll start storing the array in the main memory. We'll start storing the array in the main memory starting from block number 68 of main memory. Starting from block number, again it is stuck. What's wrong? Something is not right. Okay, anyway, so we'll start storing the array in the main memory starting from main memory block number 68. Now please try to understand. If we are using direct mapped cache, and there are 32 cache lines, then this block number 68 of main memory will go into 68 mod 32 k mod n. This value will be 4. So this block of main memory, whenever it is transferred from main memory to cache, it will go into the cache line number 4. So that's the logic. Please try to understand the concept that in cache memory there are 32 cache lines. In cache memory there are 32 cache lines. Let me represent them. This is cache line number 0, 1, space is short. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So initially this block number 68 of main memory will be brought into the cache line number 4. Basically this is block 0, or this is the first block of the array. This is the first block. I'm not saying that this is block B1 of the main memory. I'm saying this is the very first block with respect to array. This is the very first block with respect to array. So when we are accessing the array, what will happen? Assume that the data cache is initially empty. So we are assuming that initially the data cache is empty and the complete array is accessed twice. So basically it's a 50 cross 50 array element. So initially you will access A00, then you will access A01, then you will access A02, then you will access A03 and so on. So you will keep accessing until it's a 50 cross 50. So the last element will be A49, 49, right or wrong? So please try to understand, when the size of the block of main memory is 64 bytes. So in one access you will get the 64 elements of the array from main memory to cache. In one block of main memory you will get 64 elements of the array when you transfer one block from main memory to cache. So when we are bringing this first block of array from main memory to cache, then ultimately we are bringing how many elements of the array? Sir, we are bringing 64 elements of the array. Next 65th element will not be present in this block. So again we will access the next block, that is the second block of the array in the cache line number 5. Obviously, sir, from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All these array elements are present in this block B1 of array. The moment we look for the next address, it will become 1 and then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the next element, that is the 65th element, will be available in block number 69 of the main memory, and block number 69 of main memory will map to cache line number 5 if it is direct map cache. So similarly, it will keep happening B1, B2, then B3. Sir, how many blocks of main memory? Sir, 40 blocks of main memory will be accessed in order to access this complete array. Sir, there are overall how many cache lines? Sir, there are only 32 cache lines. So B1, B2, B3. B3 will go into the cache line number 6. B4 will go into cache line number 7. B5 of array will go into the cache line number 8. B6 will go into cache line number 10. B7 will go into cache line number 10. B8 will go into cache line number 11. Please try to understand, if we keep doing this, then B9 will go into cache line number 12. My question is, which particular block of array will be present in the cache line number 31? Sir, there are 32 cache lines, so they will be numbered from 0 to 31. They will be numbered from 0 to 31. So 9 plus 3 is 12, 8 plus 3 is 11. So block number 28 of array will be present in the cache line number 31. Then the block number 29 will be placed where? Sir, block number 29 will map to cache line number 0. Block number 30 will map to cache line number 1. Block number 31 will map to cache line number 2. Similarly, B32. Please try to understand. Now, in this particular scenario, when we have accessed the 32 blocks of array, the cache memory is full. Now, when we are trying to bring the block number 33 of the array, basically it will also map to the same cache line number 4. Therefore, B1 will be replaced. At the place of B1, we will bring the block number 33. Then B2 will be replaced and we will bring block number B34 of array, block number 35 of array, block number 36 of array, block number 37 of array, block number 38 of array, block number 39 of array, and finally we'll bring block number 40 of array. Please try to understand, all this 40 references to the block of main memory will be missed. These are compulsory misses. You cannot avoid them. You are accessing the block of the main memory for the very first time, then therefore it is guaranteed that all this 40 accesses to 40 new blocks of main memory will be missed when you are trying to access the array for the first time. So we need to access the array twice. What else is given? Assume that the content of the data cache do not change in between the two access. That is, once you have accessed the data for the very first time, if you try to access the array for the second time, the content of the data cache will not change. Now it is asking how many data cache misses will occur in total. Sir, when we are accessing the array for the first time, all 40 references to the blocks of main memory will be missed, as they are the compulsory misses. Now what will happen in the second time? When we are trying to access the array, first of all you will access the first block of the array and it will map to the cache line number 4, but at cache line number 4 already 33rd block of the array is stored. Therefore you will replace this. The B1 will be brought here, then B2, then B3, then B4, then B5, then B6, then B7, then B8. So please, B1 to B8 will replace the block number 33 to block number 40 of the array. Now B9 is already a hit, B10 will be a hit, up to B28 will be a hit, B29 will be hit, B31 will be hit, B30 will be hit, B31 will be hit, B32 will be hit. But B33 will not be hit because we have replaced block number 33 of the array in order to accommodate block number 1 of the array. Therefore, again they will start creating misses in the memory. So B30 is not present, so we will replace block B1 of the array and we will bring block 33 of the array. Then we will replace block B2 of the array, we will bring block B34. Similarly, up to block number 40, we will keep replacing this and they will all be misses in the cache memory. Clear? So sir, in the first reference all 40 will be missed. In the second reference, when we were trying to search from B1 to B8, we did not find them in the cache memory, and then again we did not find B33 to B40. So in the second access, how many misses will be there? So in the second access, 16 misses will be there. So overall, how many misses will be there? So 40 misses in the first reference and 16 misses in the second reference, overall 56 cache misses will occur. Overall 56 cache misses will occur, right? So this is actually a common data question from year 2010, I believe, or maybe 2008, right? So overall, how many data misses will occur? So overall 56 data misses will occur. The second question will be easy. So if this is the case, which of the following lines of the data cache will be replaced by the new blocks in accessing the array for the second time? So when we are accessing the array for the second time, the replacement happened from which of the cache lines? So replacement happened from block number, or from the cache line number 4 to cache line number 11. So the answer that which of the following lines of the data cache will be replaced by the new blocks in accessing the array for the second time? So cache line number from 4 to cache line number 11 will be replaced while we are accessing the array for the second time. The content from the remaining cache line will remain same. There will be no replacement between there will be no replacement from cache line number 0 to 3, and there will be no replacement from cache line number 12 to up to cache line number 31. The only blocks of the main memory which will be replaced in order to access the array for the second time, those blocks will be replaced from cache line number 4 to cache line number 11. Clear, sir? This is the third question. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so this is again very simple. In a COA set associative cache, so COA, how many blocks are present in each set? So there are k blocks present in each set. The cache is divided into v sets. So total number of sets are v. Each of which consists of k lines. Yes, COA set associative. Therefore, each cache set is about will definitely consist k cache lines or k blocks. The lines of the set are placed in a sequence one after another. Okay, so if we are talking about lines within the set, that is line number 0 of the set, line number 1 of the set, or the block numbers. So blocks within the set are placed in a sequence one after another. The lines, now another thing is the lines in set S. So there may be multiple sets. So please try to understand. Let's assume that if I call this a set S, so if this is your set S, then all the k lines of this set S, are sequenced before the lines in set S plus 1. So if this is your set S plus 1, then all the k lines of set S are sequenced before the lines of set S plus 1. Clear? That's a general understanding also. So even if it is not given in the question, then also it does not create too much problem, right? So these are the k lines. Again, in set S plus 1 also there will be k lines. Now please try to understand what is important here. The main memory blocks are numbered 0 onwards. The main memory blocks number j, if there is a block number j of main memory, then it will map to any one of the cache lines from. So basically we know that if it is a block number j of main memory, then block number j of main memory will map to which set? Sir, if there are v sets in the cache, then it will map to set number j mod v. So basically it will map to set number j mod v, but it is asking for the cache line numbers. That to which particular cache lines numbers of the cache memory this block number j of main memory will map to. So we actually need to provide the cache line numbers of the set j mod v, Now very simple logic. So please try to understand. Let's assume that this is your set 0. So the very first line of the set 0 will be 0, and the last line of the set 0 will be, the number of the last line will be k minus 1. Obviously, sir, the last, because there are k cache lines in one set, therefore they will be numbered from 0 to k minus 1. If this is your set 1, then the first line will be k. And if this is the last line of the set 1, then what will be the number of the last line of the set 1? Sir, it will be 2k minus 1. It will be 2k minus 1. Yes or no? Please try to understand. If it is set 0, then the lines will be from 0 to k minus 1. If it is set 1, then the lines will be from k to 2k minus 1. Now I need to rewrite it. Can I write it as, sir, this is your set number 1. This is your set number 1. So can I write the numbers as, sir, 1, it is the 1 into k. So 1 into k will be k. 2, 1 into k, that is 1k, plus k minus 1. So k plus k minus 1 will be what? Sir, k plus k minus 1 will be what? Sir, k plus k minus 1 will be k minus 1. 2k minus 1. Yes or no? 1 into k plus k minus 1. So 1 into k, 2, 1 into k plus k minus 1. Please try to understand. This is nothing but 0 into k, 2, 0 into k plus k minus 1. The lines are 0 into k is 0, 2, 0 into k is 0 plus k minus 1, that is up to k minus 1, 1 into k, etc. So please try to understand. If we look for the lines of J mod V, then the very first line of the set J mod V will be nothing but J mod V into k. For set 1, it will be 1 into k. So for set J mod V, it will be J mod V into k. 2. The last line will be J mod V into k plus from, if it is the first line, then the last will be k, add k minus 1 into that. So the last line will be J mod V into k plus k minus 1. These are the line numbers. These are the line numbers of set J mod V. These are the line numbers of set J mod V. Please try to understand. This is just an aptitude problem that we know. One thing is already known, that set if there are V sets in the cache memory, then block number J of main memory will map to J mod V set number J mod V. But we are interested in identifying the numbers of the cache lines of set J mod V. So line numbers or the cache line numbers of set J mod V can be defined from J mod V into k to J mod V into k plus k minus 1. That's the simple logic. That's a 0 will have 0 into k to 0 into k plus k minus 1. Set number 1 will have 1 into k to 1 into k plus k minus 1. Similarly, if you look at the second set, it will be 2k to 3k minus 1. So 2k to 3k minus 1 is nothing but 2k to 2k plus k minus 1. 2k plus k minus 1. So 2 into k, 2 into k plus k minus 1. So for J mod V into k, 2 J mod V into k plus k minus 1. That's it. So the correct answer for this will be option A. Correct answer for this will be option A. Next one, question number 5. Consider a two-level cache hierarchy. So there are two levels of cache, L1 and L2. An application incurs 1.4 memory accesses per instruction. Please try to understand. This question is very important. That consider two-level cache, L1 and L2. An application, we are not talking about something else. An application incurs 1.4 memory accesses per instruction. That particular application, when executing, while it is executing one instruction, on an average, it is generating 1.4 memory references. It is generating 1.4 memory references. For this application, the miss rate of L1 cache is 0.1. The L2 cache experiences on average 7 misses per 1000 instructions. So when we are executing 1000 instructions of this application, L2 cache is observing the misses only for 7 times, not for 7 instructions. While we are executing 1000 instructions, how many memory references will be generated? Sir, on an average 1.4 memory references will be generated per instruction. Therefore, for 1000 instruction, 1000 into 1.4, that is 1400 memory references will be generated. Out of those 1400 memory references, only 7 are missed in L2 cache. The miss rate of L2 expressed correct to 2 decimal place. Sir, it is very simple question, but the only thing is understanding the problem. So please try to understand that this is your CPU. This is your CPU. This is your L1 cache. This is your L2 cache. Right? Please try to understand how do we define the hit rate, or it is asking for miss rate. Miss rate of L2 cache will be what? Sir, miss rate of L2 will be what? This is very important. So miss rate of L2 will be number of miss in L2, number of miss in L2 divided by total number of references to L2. Total number of references to L2. Now, please try to understand what do we know? What do we know? That if CPU executes 1000 instructions of application, if CPU executes 1000 instruction of application, then number of miss into L2 will be equals to 7. This is what is given, that L2 cache experiences on average 7 misses per 1000 instructions. So when CPU is trying to execute 1000 instructions in L2, there will be misses only 7 times. So please try to understand, with respect to 1000 instruction, how many memory references will be generated by CPU? Sir, with respect to 1000 instruction, 1400 memory references. Yes or no? 1400 memory references will be generated. For all of them, we will first search into the L1 cache. For all of them, we will first search into the L1 cache. What is the miss rate of L1 cache? Sir, miss rate of L1 cache is 0.1. Miss rate of L1 cache is 0.1. That is, miss rate will be what? 0.1. Therefore, number of miss in L1 out of 1400 will be equals to 140. So, out of those 1400 references which are generated by the CPU while executing those 1000 instructions, out of those 1400, only 140 will be missed in the L1 cache. Only 140 will be missed in the L1 cache, and those 140 references will be forwarded. Those 140 references will be forwarded, only references which are missed in L1. Only references which are missed in L1 will reach to L2. So, please try to understand, when we were trying to execute 1000 instructions, 1400 references are generated. Out of them, 140 were missed in L1. Therefore, those 140 will reach to L2 cache. Out of those 140, 7 will be missed in the cache level 2. So, total number of references to L2 will be what, sir? While executing 1000 instruction, the L2 memory will be accessed only this 140 number of times. L2 cache will be accessed only 140 times. Therefore, the miss rate will be 7 divided by 140. So, this will be nothing but 7 twos are, that will be 1 by 20. 1 by 20 will be 0.05. The miss rate of L2 cache will be 0.05. I hope you realize that when you are trying to calculate the misses for L2 caches, then the references or the miss rate for the L2 will be defined as total number of miss in L2 divided by total number of references to L2. Now, though it is given that 7 misses will occur when you are executing 1000 instructions, but it does not mean that all the memory references which will be generated because of the execution of 1000 instructions will reach to level L2. First, those all memory references will be given to level L1. Only if the references are missed in level L1, then only they will reach to level L2. Otherwise, they will be satisfied from cache level 1 itself. So, that's the logic, that for 1000 instruction, total number of times memory references will be generated will be 1400, because 1.4 memory references per instruction. So, for 1400 memory references, out of those 1400, only 10% will be missed in the cache level 1, that is only 140 will be missed in the level 1. So, only those 140 will be forwarded to level L2, and it is being said that all the references out of those 140, because those 140 are reaching to level L2 because of the execution of 1000 instruction. So out of those 140, only 7 will be missed in the cache. Therefore, miss rate of the cache level 2 will be 7 upon 140, that is 0.05. Clear? Okay, sir. This is the last question in which something is related to miss penalty concept. So in a two-level cache system, the access time of L1 and R. Access time of L1 and L2 are 1 and 8 clock cycles. Right? So in a two level, so you have two different levels. So please try to understand the structure. This is your CPU. This is your level 1 cache. This is your level 2 cache. The access time of the level 1 cache is given as 1 clock cycle. Forget about time, cycle. You can also do the calculations in cycle, right? So access time of level 2 cache is 8 clock cycles. The miss penalty. Come on, what is miss penalty? From the L2 cache to main memory is 18 clock cycle. That means if there is a miss in level 2 and if you need to bring the information from main memory, so the miss penalty from the L2 cache to main memory is 18 clock cycle. That means the access time of main memory is given as 18 clock cycle. Right? Now, the miss rate of L1 cache, let's assume that the miss rate of L1 cache is twice that of L2. So let's assume if the miss rate of L2 cache is M, then the miss rate of L1 cache will be the twice of that. So it will be 2M. It will be 2M. Now, the average memory access time of this cache system is also given that T average is 2 clock cycle. T average is given as 2 clock cycle. Now it is asking that what will be the miss rates of L1 and L2 respectively. So please try to understand. Here the information that is available is in terms of what should I say? Miss penalty for main memory. Therefore, I can use that particular concept. So please try to understand. How do I define T average? So T average will be access time. Please try to understand. T average will be access time of L1. We don't know anything in the form of hit rate. So let's use the miss rate. Average access time will be 1 hit rate of L1 plus miss rate of L1. What is miss rate of L1? So miss rate of L1 is 2M. Miss rate of L1 is 2M multiply by miss penalty of L1. Sir, what is miss penalty of L1? Miss penalty of L1 will be nothing but the access time of L2, that is 8, plus miss rate of L2, that is M, into miss penalty of L2, which is given as 18. Miss penalty of L2, which is given as 18. So T average is given as 2. T average is given as 2. 1 plus it will become 8 16M plus this will be 36M square. Okay, sir, it's a quadratic equation. It is a quadratic equation. Let's solve this. So it will be nothing but 36M square minus 16M, plus 16M minus 1 equals to 0. So, sir, what will be the value of M? M will be minus B, that is minus 16 plus minus under root B square. Let me calculate that. (16) minus 4AC. So this will become minus minus plus 4 into 36. This will be 144. Divide by 2 into 36. Please try to understand. This value is 256 into 140 will be 400. Now this will be 20. So can I write it as the M value will come out as minus 16 plus minus 20 minus 16 plus minus 20 divided by 72. Please try to understand. If I take the value of this as minus 20, then the miss rate will become negative and the miss rate can never be negative. miss rate can never be negative. Therefore, the value of miss rate will be nothing but minus 16 plus 20, that will be 4 divided by 72. 4 divided by 72. Yes or no? Four divided by 72. The value of 4 divided by 72, that is value of m, is actually coming out as 0.05555, 0.5555, etc. And this value of 2m will be nothing but the double of that. So if I simply multiply it by 2, it will come out as 0.1111. 0.1111. So the value of 2m will be 0.11111. The value of m will be 0.05555. So that's the value, and it is asking for L1 and L2. The miss rate for L1 will be 0.11111. The miss rate for L2 will be 0.0555. So 0555 can be written as 0.056, and this can be written as 0. Whatever, I mean, up to whatever decimal they are going, it's absolutely fine, right? So the values will be with respect to option A, that the value of 2m is the miss rate of L1 and the value of m is the miss rate of L2. So some of them can be directly neglected because we know that this 2 can never be the correct answer. This 2 can never be the correct answer. Why? So this 2 can never be the correct answer because the miss rate of L1 is twice the miss rate of L2. Therefore, the first value, that is the miss rate of L1, must be more than the miss rate of L2. It cannot be less. Therefore, these two options are anyway not possible. Clear? So these are the different types of questions which can be framed from the chapter of memory organization. This is it for this particular video. I believe that we had to face some problems in between when there was some connectivity issue, but that's fine. Okay, so if you guys have any doubt related to questions of memory organization, then you can post me your doubt at this particular Telegram group. I'll be happy to answer. Apart from that, tomorrow we are going to discuss 3 most important questions from the topic of interrupt driven IO and direct memory access. So mostly the questions will be from DMA only, because one question from interrupt driven IO is sufficient to explain the concept, and I'll take 2 questions from DMA. And after that, so we'll be done with all the different types of questions from computer organization and architecture. That is, we will be done with all 24 most important questions of computer organization and architecture. On Monday, I will plan a mini mock test of 24 questions of COA. So please participate in that test. Okay. So that will be all for this video. Thank you very much. If you like the video, then please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe for the channel and press the bell icon to get the notification about our upcoming